Quick Tips with Dallas, episode number 2. What a wild ride it's been. Welcome to Quick Tips with Dallas. I'm your friend and fellow picker, Dallas Moore. Whether you're new to picking or $1 million seller, this is the podcast that will help you with advice and real life stories that will help you grow your business to a level that you never thought possible. Hey everybody, I want to thank you for joining me for my second episode of Quick Tips with Dallas. This episode is called What a Wild Ride It's Been. The story of the Commodore. Well, here I sit, a little over 7 hours left in my Kickstarter project, blown past all of my expectations. $90-some thousand already pledged. Almost sold out of all of our cases. And I sit here thinking about what a wild ride it has really been. I mean, it started 6 months ago when I went to an auction. And I probably met one of the most amazing people I've ever met in my life. The person who this auction was for was a gentleman by the name of Bud Fry. And he lived an amazing life. He kind of started dirt poor in a little East Texas town. Played basketball and earned a scholarship to a Division I school. Got his education in engineering. Then he went to work in Silicon Valley. Became a vice president at Commodore. And left it all to start a business with his brother. His brother was working for Dow Chemical, which is a huge plastics manufacturer. And they thought together with his computer expertise and the brother's experience with injection molding that they could start a business doing molds for computer companies. And that's just what they did. A short while later, they got a call from Commodore. And Commodore asked them if they could help them out with these cases that they couldn't get enough made of for the 64C. And that's kind of where my story starts. I went to look at these actually not even the molds, at a pallet wrapping machine that was available in the auction, and was getting ready to leave when the auctioneer grabbed me and said, "I got to show you something cool." Took me to the back and showed me these Commodore molds. I thought they were cool. I thought they were neat. But I didn't really know what I would ever do with them. So I was driving home thinking about it. Came home and talked to my wife and said, "I think I'm going to place a bid on these. If they don't go for too expensive, maybe I'll buy them." Well, they didn't go very expensive. But I was naive. The real cost of the molds is getting them moved. Where I thought I could show up with a pickup truck and a dolly, throw them in the back and head on down the road, I had to hire riggers and a forklift and a crane operator. So we did all of that and spent a great deal of money to get these molds brought to my shop. And I thought, I'll just list them on eBay. I've already got them palletized. I can ship them off, freight. It'll be all good. Well, I put them up on eBay for about 3 days. I think I started the auction at $5,000 or $7,000. And it ended up getting like 15 or 16 watchers. And I was like, maybe there's a market for this. I took them down and wanted to study a little bit more what it would take to turn these cases or these molds into actual cases. So I went and contacted Mr. Fry, and he pointed me in the right direction for an injection molding company here locally that could help me. After a few emails back and forth, I went there and actually worked in their facility for a day or so, learning about what it took to take resin, pellets, into an actual product. After I learned what it would take, figured out how much it would cost, did some initial inquiries with an attorney about the viability and legal issues, I decided that the best way to do it was to start a Kickstarter project. And I thought I set an ambitious goal of $10,000. And maybe it was ambitious. I know the first time I posted it on Facebook on a Commodore fan group, there were some, I don't want to say negative comments, but some jeers about the amount that I was asking to raise, $10,000. And I started to think that maybe it was not a realistic goal. Well, 48 hours when we had doubled the $10,000 and our Kickstarter was already funded, I knew that was not the case. Well, now I sit here with a little over, I think, 6 hours left to go in the Kickstarter project, and we've blown past all of my expectations. Over $90,000 of people pledging. We've sold out almost all of our cases. I think we have a little more than 100 left, actually, of the 3 original limited edition cases that we're doing. The molds have been taken from my facility and sent to the injection molding company where they've been cleaned and are being prepped to start making cases. And then the project continues. After the end of the Kickstarter, we'll start pressing cases and shipping them out to our backers. It's been an amazing experience, and I've learned so much. I got our first cease and desist letter from Commodore, allowing me not to use the word Commodore. And it's just a learning experience. Every part of it has been a learning experience. And I've learned so much, and it's made me better at what I do every day, picking. What a Wild Ride is truly, truly a true story. I want to thank you all for listening. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, please leave it below. And until next time, guys, thanks a lot.